My friends, I have an incredible guest with me here today, Joyel Crawford, my beautiful friend. Please introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joyel Crawford, and I grow leaders for a living. I'm the CEO and founder of Crawford Leadership Strategies, which provides consulting, keynotes, and hybrid solutions to provide your organization with the tools, knowledge, and skills to rise and thrive in the global workplace.
Wow, that is just pure deliciousness. Rise and thrive. That's what we need, my friend. And you've had some pretty cool experience in setting that tone on the stage. I cannot wait for us to unpack your story. My friends, my listeners, Joyelle has recently, very recently, taken the stage at TEDx, and I am so grateful to have her here today. Let's unpack that story. Tell me about your story, because I think it's so great. You even have a book. So
Hmm.
let's talk about it.
Yeah. The book that I have is called Show Your Ask. And that means not ASK, not the other word.
SK, yep, not the other word.
And it's about using your voice to advocate for yourself and your career. And I think it's very important for us to share authentically and be authentic, and using our voice to speak up for what we need. And I feel it ties well into the TEDx talk because my big idea was about being your most authentic self,
Mm.
and really being seen and understanding who you are. And um and the title of it is my big idea we're sharing. Its title is Why We Should Go Bald Together.
Mm.
And I basically, the premise of the talk, without giving all the goodness away because I want people to watch it, is that we all have metaphorical wigs that we hide our insecurities behind. And once we can identify them and let them go, we can live our most authentic lives. And wouldn't that be fantastic if we could all just be who we are together?
Yes. What a beautiful message. It's truly the answer, right? To be able to share who we are and be our authentic selves. I've had a couple of guests who have spoken to this, but your message is so beautiful and you speak it and wear it so well. And you have such an incredible, generous smile.
Thank you.
Like, I want everybody to see this, and yes, to watch your TED Talk. Know that I'll put that in the show notes because you just radiate this message. You rate. So what brought you to bring this to us, Joyelle?
Ah,
Like, what brought you to that?
wow. It was a long time coming, and it actually, um, ironically was a wig, metaphorical wig that I was getting in my own way of sharing my story. Many years ago, like maybe 6 years ago, I remember talking with one of my college friends on the rooftop deck in Center City, Philadelphia. We were talking and about my hair story and my hair journey, and how when she knew me, I had hair. And now, as you can all see, I have no hair. If you can't see, if you're listening, I am bald. I'm completely bald. And it really, I shared my story with her, and she said, you should really do a TEDx talk. And I was like, yeah, I really like to, but no one wants to hear my story,
Mm.
like, and then Ayanna Presley came out, and talked about her condition, and her dealing with alopecia areata. And so I was like, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a politician. I don't have that kind of popularity. No one's going to want to hear my story. And the more I kept telling people bits and pieces of the story, people were like, you really should make that a TEDx talk. You really should make that a TEDx talk.
Kept hearing that message.
Yeah, they were
Wow.
like, you really should share this and how you started to accept yourself and live in your authenticity. And I was just like, ah. So then I applied for a TEDx talk, and was rejected. And in my way of thinking, I was just like, well, maybe it's just not worth sharing. Maybe no one's interested in it. Fast forward to last year, And I don't know, I just had a fire in me. It's just, seeing other colleagues and friends who, did their own TEDx talk. I was just like, I want to share my story too. So I felt like called into action, and reached out to some great coaches who helped me. There was an application coach who I utilized. Her name is Jennifer Myers. I'm going to shout out to Jennifer Myers for her assistance and helping me craft my idea in a way that
Mhm.
was compelling enough for other audiences to understand. I mean, the power of coaching is amazing because I am a coach as well, and
Right.
I think that that really helped me feel more confident in sharing my message. And I was invited to share my TEDx talk with several audiences, but I just felt really, really called to the TEDx NC State stage, and that's where I did my talk, and it was fantastic. The whole experience is something that I think if you're really looking into doing one, it's something of a behemoth task,
Mm,
but you have to remember that remember the point of why you're doing it. You're sharing your message. Um,
right.
so yeah, it was an exercise in strength and mind over matter and determination and resilience and everything, and all of that combined. I could hear the Rocky theme song, throughout the whole process. I mean, I think
Right.
the idea I had for several years, and crafting the speech, the talk, took several months. You're working with a curator, a team of curators, and it's
Right.
amazing.
What I love about I love several things about your story. One is that you said something about having a fire and you paid attention to that. And I think oftentimes a lot of us have messages, have an intuition that we say, oh, no, not me. And we'll call it briefly imposter syndrome,
Yeah.
right? Putting a label on it, because
Mhm.
sometimes we get in our way.
Yep.
But I thank you, and all the people thank you for sharing your message, because we can relate to it in
Mhm.
so many different ways, and all the ways that you just shared in leading up to you taking the stage and leading up to your message being accepted. um it just gives us hope to say, you know what, I
Yeah.
want to execute on this idea. So I love that message for all of those reasons. And to just share with everyone that we're all here for a reason,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And in service. So as a coach and what you do and what you deliver, I thank you for sharing that story, because it is a vulnerable story,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it really is. And of course, right a week before, about to share the story, the whole slap heard across America, at the Oscars,
Oh,
related to Jada Pinkett Smith and her, it's kind of like the focus was on the slap, but I was like, what about Jada? Like, this is her, her condition was put on the spotlight. And I was just like, it could not, my conversation, or I call it a TEDx conversation, but my TEDx talk could not have been more timely. And
right.
some people were like, did you do the talk in response to the, and I was like, no, there's no way I could have ever foreseen something like that happening. But it's more than the awareness of alopecia areata. It's about the awareness of us hiding ourselves, hiding who we are, for various reasons. And I share some steps on how we can kind of get out of the clouds and kind of come out from under that metaphorical wig, and share our gifts and our talents, and whether it's our message, our love, whether it's our skills and talents with an organization, whatever it is, we can do that. And when we can do that together, we can really do great things.
Oh, I just got the chills. What an incredible message. Well, because I just hear it and I feel it, and how important it is that for all of us to embrace it. I love the metaphorical wig, right? We do hide behind our truths,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But then what happens when we come out of that and we're free to share?
Mhm.
So many good things happened. And
Mhm.
you prove that. And no way could you have ever foreseen what happened at the Oscars. And let's think about all the preparation that went into it. Was just the timing of it was
Yes.
incredible, because
Yeah.
I follow you on social media, and I followed your journey, and I'm like, wow, that happened. And then there she is, but it's just the timing of life is perfect. So
Yes.
you just proved it. Wow, I am so grateful for you. Um, of all the things that I'm sure you got out of that presentation,
Mhm.
what was the most profound experience for you? If you were to summarize, if you could summarize it into one thing that really came out for you.
I think, well, and you and I, Francesca, we share the same faith. We're both Catholics. So before I go out on any stage, I always say a prayer to my ancestors, who typically were usually in the audience and who would be in the audience, I think, spiritually. But I also I sent a message out to somebody in the audience. I said, this presentation, this TEDx talk is for you. And I hope that
Mm.
you hear my message, and I hope it reaches you and touches your heart. And coming off of the stage, just right as soon as I was about to come off the stage, I heard somebody shout a message that I had said in the talk, and it just resonated. It was like, oh, message received. And it just felt so good. After I came off the stage, so many people came up and said, oh, that resonated so much. I could relate to everything that you were saying. Like, I felt like you were talking to me, and that's
Mm.
exactly what I wanted to do. So
Oh my gosh, I got the chills. I have
I'm getting
tears
all
in my
choked
eyes.
up.
I'm choked up because it's so beautiful, because you set that intention from the very beginning and it went well. Wow, that is such a beautiful summary. Thank you for sharing that. That's huge. And literally, as you were saying it, I'm visualizing you stepping off. So thank you for sharing that. So of all the incredible things that you get to wear now, do
Mm.
you have a favorite piece of clothing or accessory? And how does it make you feel?
I have a lot of favorite accessories, but my like earrings are my major favorite accessory.
Mm.
I just love earrings, like small, big, but big. The bigger, the bolder, the better. Because my hair used to cover my
Right.
face. Now, I can wear big jewelry, big bold jewelry, and I just love it. So these are a favorite pair of mine that I got in Australia. I just love it. And I have like little story. I try to remember all the stories I have from the different pairs of earrings wherever I travel or go someplace. I try to pick up a pair to remember. So I did wear pick up a pair after I did my TEDx talk
Of
at
course.
yeah. So just I can remember, these are my TEDx earrings. Hopefully my memory will be clear enough to remember when I wear them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, what a great story. Thank you for sharing that. And you do wear them well. You can, right? And you're right. They were hidden before, and now you just get to share them with the world. Just like your story and your energy. It is so needed today, the positive energy, and to see your light and your smile. It's just so generous. So if someone wanted to continue the conversation with you, Joyel, where's the best place for them to find you?
The best place to find me is on my website, which is
Okay.
crawfordleadership.com. So it's half of my, or more than half of my business title. So crawfordleadership.com is my website. And that's where you can either book me for speaking engagements or learn more about the services I provide from a coaching and training perspective.
Excellent. I will put all of those links in the show notes, including your TED Talk.
Yes.
And I encourage everybody to watch it because it is an incredible story, an incredible journey. And I'm so grateful for your time today, Joyelle.
Thank
Have an
you so much.
amazing day.
Thank you. You too.